Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I'm here with part 2 of the video where we were altering playing cards, and I said I would come back and show you what they looked like after they dried, and I'd sanded off the edges. So here's the one that was done with the tea bag, and I was a little bit brutal, so you can see some areas where I went a little too far in and it's white, but that's okay because I can cover it up, or when I ink the edges you wouldn't even see that. Yeah, it takes care of that. So whatever you do with this now, I mean, you could actually write on it. You would, with a black enough pen, so you could use this as a little journal card if you wanted to. This, or you can leave this as the decorated side and put other embellishments on it, and then you could cover this with coffee dyed paper, which is probably what I would do if I was using them as journal cards. I would cover this part, and then you don't have to deal with the fact that it's shiny, which you can see there in the reflection. I mean, the other way to get rid of that shininess is to paint a layer of clear gesso over it, right? Or, of course, you can also do this. You can paint, this is just, I can't remember if this is gesso or acrylic paint, but it wouldn't matter. Either one, and you could write on that, or you could embellish it. You could stamp on it. And then on this side, I roughly sanded. So it's not as shiny anymore, but it could still benefit from maybe some clear gesso. But you could decide, okay, what do I do? Do I cover this with coffee dyed paper and use that to write on, and then decorate this by stamping on it or collaging on it, or, I don't know, putting some kind of vellum sticker on it or something. But they're so versatile, and of course they're hardy, right? They're pretty hardy. So just to recap what we did last time, we did one with the tea bag, we did one with a napkin. So this, obviously you can't write on this, you'd never see it, so you'd have to put coffee dyed paper on this one and make that your writing space, and that would just be decorative. And you could put a sticker on there to decorate, or collage, or put a hunk of book page, and anything. And this is the one we did with sewing pattern paper, right? This. In fact, this is the one I used. There it is. So you still see the card through it. And so that could, again, that could be the background on which you decorate. And then you could put your coffee dyed paper here. So those are some ideas of what you can do with these once you alter them. And remember, this is how we started out, right? We glued them, just in case you didn't watch part 1. We glued the playing card to an old piece of book page with just some, I just used a glue stick, and then we tore it off. Actually, no, sorry, I lied. I painted these with cheap white acrylic paint, and then I stuck them onto the book page after they dried. And then, so then when we rip our page away, we're left with little bits of book page. And then we can, then I went to this process where I glued on a tea bag, pattern paper, and a napkin. Okay, and then I showed you, I used my PVA glue. I know in the last video I stupidly said PVC glue. It's not PVC. PVC is pipe. PVA is glue. And I painted over it with my mixture of PVA glue. So that's what you could do here. You could choose something to put over it. So that this was the next step. And then just for some other ideas what to do. So I already, I went through all what you could do with all 3 of these, but I also made these quite some time ago, little booklets. And of course you can do a million things, but I took 4 playing cards, which were in this condition, right? Painted on one side and, just roughed up a bit on this side. And I joined them together with washi tape into a book. And here this is actually fabric, because washi tape itself is technically useless. I mean, it's decorative, but it's useless. So of course you can glue the washi tape, which is fine. But then I also liked having a fabric hinge as well. So these are not going to come apart. There's no way. But first I glued on one continuous sheet of coffee dyed grid paper. So now it's a perfect writing surface. And then on the other side, you can do anything. I had a bunch of stamps, both postage and rubber. So I stamped little things on there, and I used a variety of colorful stamps just to make it cute and decorative. This one is not much different. And of course you want your stamping to be random because it's supposed to look like junk. So some of my stamping is off the edge. There's a sticker. That's actually a sticker from AliExpress. There's another one. Stamping off the side, but the same washi and the same fabric used as hinges. And of course these I glued with Fabri-Tac because it's fabric, right? So that's a couple of ideas, and you can, depending on the journal. So if the journal is shabby chic, that's going to change what you do decoratively. You might use the floral stamps, but you might not use the postage stamps. You might want it to look have less grunge, but I don't think these are very grungy because like it's pink and there's pink flowers, so it's not really grungy. The only thing grungy are the stamps that are kind of brown and canceled. But I mixed it with colorful stamps so that there's no you don't get the impression that this is meant to be grungy. I think it's shabby chic. So that's the kind of journal I would put it in. All right, guys, so that's basically it. This is a brief part 2, just so that I could show you how those cards turned out, to correct my idiocy with the PVC and instead of PVA. And that's it. So thanks for watching, and until the next time, stay safe. Bye-bye.